Yes, I wore a jacket so I could only be seen on stage. Now, overturning expectations and delivering madly dysfunctional family dynamics and secrets, Deli Boys debuted on Hulu literally a month ago today, March 6th. Yes, exactly. The comedy from Vice vet Abdullah Saeed and Onyx Collective is new in so many ways. But it's also kind of classic in a kind of Brothers of a Thousand Faces with a secret drug empire behind the counter kind of way. So let's introduce the stars of Deli Boys. Asif Ali, Saagar Shaikh, and the right-hand lady who holds it all together, Poorna Jagannathan as Lucky Auntie. There you go, my friend.
Come on! Yes!
Yes!
Let's go!
All right. Now we're going to have a lot of Deli Boy energy, but before that, we're going to have a clip from Deli Boys. And by no screaming.
Fuck! Stop screaming! You're making it worse!
You stop screaming!
We gotta think about this, okay? We gotta go hide somewhere unfathomably far from here.
Florida?
Yes. Oh, God. It's Lucky Auntie. Okay, whatever you do, do not pick up the phone.
Lucky Auntie, hi. What's good? You know, we're just at the deli, doing deli things, being deli guys.
I can see you. There's a camera up there. Look.
Up, left.
Other left.
Up, up. What the hell is going on there?
Hi, Lucky Auntie. It's Mirdhar. We were talking, and we think we're better suited to doing something other than running this front.
We're gonna run away to Tallahassee, Florida.
Shut the fuck up. That ship has sailed. Look, we're in crisis point here. Hold on. If this meeting with the board doesn't go well, we're all dead.
Dead? What board?
The board. You know what? I don't have time to explain the illegal drug business to you two baby men. Okay? I just need to go in there
And take control of stuff right now.
Wait, is that why you tried to kill Hamza?
What do you mean, tried?
Well, he's just like not dead, like at all.
He's like half dead. Well, he's half dead, and then he got up and ran away, and we sort of lost him.
What do you mean, not dead? You need to go, you need to fucking find him, you need to kill him, and you need to put him in the apartment upstairs of the deli, okay?
There's an apartment above the deli?
Do you hear me? You need to... May I you? Almost done.
Okay.
Just come. You need to get it, and you need to do it right now.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yes. All right, baby boys. Now, very quickly, these two, very spoiled. Father runs a deli empire in Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. He dies. They get a call. Turns out deli wasn't the only thing he was running. He was running everything else under the table illegally. They are totally inequipped to do this. This lady, Lucky Auntie, is running the show for the baby men.
Yes.
Give it up for Poorna.
You can tell.
Discuss. Actually, there is something I want to discuss.
Yes.
You, my friend, this is not that far, the apple not falling far from the tree here. Your dad
Is a
in
massive
Houston,
cocaine dealer.
Hey, and you know what? And his parole comes soon, so we'll talk only well of Uncle. Nonetheless, your father actually did run convenience store. He had a convenience store in Houston.
Yeah.
And you worked in it.
I did, yeah.
So, I mean, for something like this, you know, you always ask actors, like, how did you prepare for the role, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of childhood trauma there?
Yeah, I have been preparing for this role since I was 16 years old. No, when I was a kid, my dad worked at a gas station and then eventually saved up and bought one, but I was too young to work there at the time, so he would have me just like, he called it fronting and facing, where like I would just like front the products, Coca-Cola up front or whatever. The ones that were about to expire, bring them up to the front, put the newly produced ones in the back. And then when I looked 18, that's when I was able to run the register.
Which was
last
6
week.
months later. Yeah.
Exactly.
It just happened.
Yeah, which was when I was 27.
Now, we should point out we have two Marvel alums on stage here. Shout out your shows.
Yes.
WandaVision! Agatha all along!
And Miss Marvel and the Marvels.
Yes.
Wow.
And
And-
of course, Poorna was in The Night of.
Yeah.
Yes.
And If I Ever.
Never,
Never,
have
ever,
I
ever.
So close.
And
If
she's
I
about-
Ever is what
she's
we
about
did
to
backstage.
be- She's about to
it's
be
the spin-off.
Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
Woo!
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Surprise.
All right.
Surprise.
So, Deli Boys season 2 is like an intergalactic, the alternate timeline,
Yeah, it's like a Thanos
where you guys
kind of
knew
thing.
that Daddy was a drug dealer. Yeah.
All superheroes in that.
So let's talk about the Poorna. You know, one of the things about this show is it kind of defines all the genres. I mean, ostensibly we refer to it as a comedy, but let's be honest. There's a lot of killing. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of screaming. There's a lot of laughs, but there's also a lot of, I don't want to say hijinks ensue, but it kind of goes that way. For you, about preparing for this role as Lucky Auntie, how did you get into this role?
I try to look at lots of different references, right? So I looked at mobster documentaries. I'm a huge documentary fan. So I do mobsters. I did there's a gangster in India called Phoolan Devi who was just vicious. And I tried to look at documentaries of her and nothing was working. I did The Sopranos, I did Barry, and nothing was sticking. And then I was like, hold on, I think The Real Housewives might work.
Hence the outfits.
And everything. So I went through all of them, and then The Real Housewives of Orange County were my tribe.
Some of them are here today.
and much respect to you.
Yeah, there's a life and death situation happening in Orange County, whether it's figuring out where to go for dinner or what outfit to wear. It's really intense. And there's it's the most physical of all the women. They go whack and, So that was Lucky Auntie. That's where
Poorna
she
actually
came from.
was extremely physical on set.
I was.
Yeah.
You see it in this clip, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned The Sopranos, and I think it's a very strong reference, not just because it's one of the greatest television shows ever, but it's a very strong reference because this is people who on the surface feels like this is a regular life, right?
Yeah.
And then you peel it away a bit, as you guys in that clip. I mean, that's one reason why I love this clip so much because there's a lot of the show, and there's an apartment upstairs. There's just you guys knew nothing about what was going on in the life of your father.
But these two are such geniuses at improv and physical comedy that the whole show really leaned into that tone, right? So it's absurd and it's physical and it feels like we're clowning all the time, which we were.
Now, yesterday I was talking to Dennis Leary on stage, and he talks a lot about his show.
I told you not to bring him up during this interview.
You know what? We get paid by the by the promo,
and me
right?
and DL have a big beef.
Big. Because he did play in Spider-Man movies, right?
This is the thing.
But he talked about how in Going Dutch and lots of other things he's done, they frame the script around a degree of improv in everything. Sure. So it's kind of more less script, more blueprint, I guess, in a way. And the chemistry you guys have and the background you guys have says, there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love, right? Exactly. Was that something you guys did a lot of?
Yes, it was pretty immediate. Usually when you're casting a thing, when they're developing a show, that takes so much time. And then when it comes to casting, it seems...
Not now.
Sorry.
It seems like casting is such a short thing. You spend so much time developing a show, and then casting feels like, oh, it's 2 weeks. We need to find people that can seemingly have 8 years worth of chemistry immediately. And so you're taking a real gamble. And we only met on Zoom doing a chemistry read, and then we met on set. So it's to get there on set and then have everybody immediately get on board and understand what the show is about is a testament to the script. To our producers, and also our just sort of desire of making a show like this work and be successful, because for people that look like us, being the leads of a show is very rare, and we don't take it for granted. Unfortunately, thank you. But this shouldn't be an exception. This should be the norm. So we took it very, heavily, and we really wanted this to work. So every day, it felt like every department and everybody that was on the show, including the guest stars, they got on set and they're like, oh shit, you guys are really going for it. Poorna was really going for every single stunt. We were going for it in every opportunity, even the blood splatter. We're put more, dude. How much more can we do? Because we didn't want to leave any stone unturned in making sure that this show, we gave it 1,000%. And I think it shows. And
you guys did.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But there's also to that point, which is, when we talk about, especially in this Trump 2.00 era, to talk about representation, I know we're going to lose all our funding somehow, I'm sure, but...
in 10 minutes.
Oh, shit, I just got an Apple
look at that, you're watching.
Yeah.
But in that is, what's interesting about this is a crime, this is a dysfunctional family crime story.
Yeah.
you guys just happen to be South Asian. Like that's a part of how it works, and I think that's very strong. But at the same time, it doesn't deny that. It's like, this is our lives. We live in Philadelphia. We have watches and socks, and we do everything like everybody else does.
Yeah, and that kind of specificity to just having a good idea rather than working off of, some sort of weird amorphous thing of like, we need to make something for XYZ community to appease them. Abdullah came in and he was like, I just have this great idea about these idiots that find out that their dad is a drug dealer. So it could have been any ethnicity, but him having his...
Kingpin.
Drug kingpin, sorry. But then him putting the Pakistani thing on top of it, and then hiring people in front of the camera and behind the camera that are of that community allows then to be all that specificity. Even when porno is, and we're dropping little Urdu sayings and stuff like that, it just makes everything feel so much more specific and makes the world much bigger. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll get in the front.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
I see you.
To that point, your Lucky Auntie, I always went, do we call her Lucky or Lucky Auntie?
Lucky Auntie.
Lucky Auntie, I know, that's what I think, but then actually, sometimes I see it just accredited as Lucky.
Yeah.
She's such a traditional role in many ways that you see in this, but she's a she, which is not the role that you usually see in this, and the way she handles this, and the way that she handles these, no disrespect, but nincompoops.
Complete idiots, yes.
We're used to it.
I mean, it's your brand now. You got to roll with it, right? But to that, what did you enjoy the most about this? Because you really see, you're chewing this up. Like, just even that clip. Didn't you guys think in that clip? I mean, it's just like, most people that's like, blah, 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 blah. You went on.
Yeah.
So a couple of things, and it shows up in a weird way. Lucky Auntie was written as a guy, as was another character called Agent Mercer. And Abdullah, the writer, went to a Gina Davis talk, and she basically was like, look at your script. If you can turn two men into women and it still works, do it. And so that night he went back, and it became Lucky Auntie, not Lucky Uncle. And it became, Agent Mercer became a woman as well. And Lucky, what I love about this role, Lucky just has a masculinity to her and a fierceness and a physicalness that I've never been able to play. And it's not a role that you definitely don't see a South Asian woman. You just don't see women in these kind of roles. But, she is like stabbing someone with her left hand and shooting someone with the right and getting someone's eye out with her stiletto with the other. Like, it's on all possible fronts.
And that's interesting what you say, because so often when you see that married to the mob type, it's like she was the housewife, and suddenly like the husband got killed, and she's got to take over the mob. It's like, you're already running them. Like, it's not it's not you got dropped in.
Oh no,
these two got dropped in.
And what Poorna does that's so great is having a character that's so just like badass and hardcore. But she also brought in, because she's playing an auntie, she also showed the other side, which was this tender, soft, side of the character.
Well, just don't oversell that part. She's not that tender. And
Well,
At the end of the day,
I've seen all the
even in the show,
all the episodes are streaming on Hulu.
All
so you can
10
watch
are
them
out
there.
now.
Yeah. But Lucky is, because she's written so strong, I could really, I'm a South Asian mother, and not to make sweeping stereotypes, but we kind of infantilize our sons. And so it's Lucky does that with these two. She just wipes food off their mouth and wipes blood off their mouth, or whatever needs to be wiped off, she'll do it, She'll keep feeding them, even though she has shooting 10 people.
That way you're like, more blood, more blood.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, I'm trying to feel the feeling. Let's go.
But I think it's great. Now, one of the elements of this, and we really appreciate you guys being with us today, and we really appreciate these guys.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. Honestly, this is so cool.
But I wanted to get a sense, Saagar, that Raj, he's not even a good party boy. He kind of fails as a party boy, right? I mean, I'll be honest with you, he does, right? There's a great arc. I don't want to give away spoilers, but over the 10 episodes, there is a real arc that happens here. And I wanted to get a sense from you guys especially, how that arc worked for you and how it went from the beginning of the show to the end of the show for you guys as actors.
I mean, just to address your first point, I think Raj is a great party boy, dude. He might not have all his ducks in a row, but he's got the money to do it. He just hires
the right... And the first scene is Saagar. You see him waking up, and he's just in the middle of a massive orgy.
Yeah.
That's the first
scene. Have you guys seen the show?
Yeah.
And did anybody watch Miss Marvel? Yeah, so I like to compare the first 2 shots of my characters where in Miss Marvel.
Very esoteric comparison.
In Miss Marvel, it's the opening shot of Amr is him praying before breakfast. Yeah. And the opening shot of Raj is the morning after an orgy. Oh my God. I have range, people.
Well, then we're just going to, nothing will follow that up. Ladies and gentlemen, the stars of Deli Boy.
Thank you so much.
Do a selfie.
Look at us.
Woo!
Beautiful people. Look at us. Come on.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.